Yo, it's your guy, J Sports, aka Crazy Shot Josh. You know the vibes. Listen, a lot is happening in the sports world. We have breaking news earlier today. Nico Harrison got fired. We watched a terrible Monday night game between the Eagles and who was the other team that the Eagles just played? The Packers. The WNBA is in trouble right now as another star is signing with another major league. Excuse me. Top five player in the W. Major League Baseball just got busted for gambling. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, man. But let's get straight to it. Let's talk about this little gambling ring that got broke up in baseball as two stars got indicted, man. Shout out to the Cleveland Guardians, man, because they're gonna need some Guardians after this indictment they just got, right? So these two pitchers are alleged sports betting and money laundering scheme. This is from CNN Sports. Emmanuel Clace and Luis Ortiz have been indicted for taking part of a scheme to rig bets played in Major League Baseball games. Man, the parlay mafia don't stop and can't stop. They are multiple counts of fraud, wire, conspiracy to influence sport context by bribery, money laundering, conspiracy, and more, according to the prosecutors. Man, this is crazy, man. Like, they out here throwing games. This is crazy. First, we had the whole thing with the whole gambling ring and the over unders, players faking sicknesses and faking injuries in the NBA. Now they spread the MLB. This indictment alleges the defendants agreed to advance with their co-conspirator on specific pitches they would throw in MLB game. The co-conspirator then used that information to place hundreds of fraudulent bets on these pitchers. And this go all back to 2023, man. This is crazy. The bettors would then wager on the speed and type of fate of class pitches based on information received in advance from class, sometimes even during games for the indictment. They said bettors won at least 400,000 using inside information on Clace's pitches. Listen, man, why can't I have friends that's in the MLB? Why can't I have some major league spit? Help me win a parlay, because I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of everybody taking my money. FanDuel, you need to give me a refund or some, because I'm tired of losing. Everybody helping out their friends. But when I need y'all to help me with a parlay, y'all decide to just sell my parlay. Y'all just forget how to play whatever sport I'm betting you on. This is insane. And they said this indictment was filed on Wednesday and until Sunday comes on the heels of seeing the similar indictments involve Portland Trailblazers head coach and basketball hall player Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier and NBA Jeremy and Damian Jones. Listen, first it was the NBA. Now it's the MLB. The NFL, you next. NHL, you definitely next. Because there's a lot of weird things going on in the NFL. Some things ain't adding up. You know, you get quarterbacks only look at one receiver. One receiver only get this tunnel vision. I said, they only going to throw him. They don't care who else goes. We're going to force them all to him. And I'm seeing a pattern. Sports betting is out of control. When ESPN has their own sports book, when you see the FanDuel commercials on the TV, the what's the other one? The Pick Six commercial, all the major sports books, they are advertising on TV. MGM, you see them advertise. They even got logos on jerseys. Excuse me. This betting is out of control. Sports is no longer has its irony it once had. We have players who are throwing games. Players who are throwing games to make their homeboys rich. Forget making your homeboys rich. Make me rich. I need the money. I spoil. You understand what I'm saying? Sports gambling is out of this world. What's going on, man? Sports is getting so rigged at this point that we're gonna be questioning a lot of champions, a lot of plays, a lot of games. Because this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is way deeper. This is bigger than sports. This is bigger than me and you. This is bigger than the world. Sports betting is out of control. Vegas never loses. They have implants everywhere. Yeah, y'all remember Tim Donaghy? What happened for his whole scandal? He was a ref. He's getting paid to throw these games. He had total control of these games to a certain extent because he's a ref. So he's calling questionable things. It's out of control going on in sports. It's out of control. It's bigger than me and you and the world. It's just too much going on. And then the MLB talking about they're putting they're telling sports books to put on a cap on pitchers, how many pitches they throw, some other stuff. Like, yeah, that's crazy. That's just crazy work, man. Sports betting is just out of control these days. I don't know what else to say. You win some, you lose some, you lose some, you win some. If you was pulling parlays, that is over hits. That's what I'm tell you, brother. All these people on Twitter that be hitting, I know you on the parlay mafia payroll. Y'all ain't slick. I know. I know y'all getting paid. I know y'all getting paid to make these slips. Cause there's no way you turn $5 and 100,000. $5 and 10 racks. $1 and then 20 bands. There's no way. There's no way, man. Ain't nobody that lucky. Now, when we talk about how, let me see if I can find this Cade because Cade had a very interesting game to say the least. He had a historically weird game. I'm talking about a very Westbrookish type game. Let me share my screen on Twitter so y'all can see what we looking at. Man, hey man, say man, hey man, say man. So Cade had a triple double, 46 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, 5 steals. The man took 45 shots, shot 2 for 11 from 3. Click on this picture so y'all can really see what's going on in the world. This was very Westbrookish stat line. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. He played 44 minutes. He had 46 points, 12, 11, 5, 2. He was a plus 10 somehow. I don't know how. 31% from the field, 14 from 45 from the field goal, 2 for 11 from 3. He shot 18 free throws, he had 2 turnovers, 4 personal rebounds. He had a 43% true shoot. For you to jack up 45 shots for 46 points, I know another guy. If another guy did that, y'all be crucifying him, talking about he trash, he inefficient, he ain't nothing. This is one of them things. I will say this. This is where people overrate efficiency to a certain extent, right? Yes, Cade was highly inefficient in this league, but he still impacted this game with his rebounding and his playmaking. And you could argue with his defense too. I understand he took a lot of shots. He shot horrible from the field, but he still was playmaking at a high rate. He still finding his teammates, getting them open. He's still rebounding. He's doing other ways to impact the game. That efficiency is cool and all, but sometimes when you're trying to win a game, all that goes out the window. You understand what I'm saying? That don't matter no more. You feel what I'm saying? When you trying to win, forget who's efficient, inefficient. Go out there and I want you to win. If you got to put up 40 shots, I'll take my chances. You ain't hit 10 of them 40, I respect it. At least I know you go out swinging. Don't go out here only caring about your efficiency taking 15 shots. I need you to go do what needs to be done. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But like that's a crazy stat line. I ain't gonna lie. That's a very Westbrook stat line. Shout out to the Pistons for beating the Wizards. Shout out to them, man. Cause I never seen that before. Like we seen it, but like that's crazy. Then they said this is a new record for for most mm, which one is it? Most missed field goals. So Cade officially has a record 31. The record was originally held by Kobe was 1-2. Westbrook's on his list. Oh, surprisingly, Michael Jordan's on this list. And number 5. Westbrook's on here. James Harden on here. Well, congratulations to Cade, man. He's been historical. Congratulations to Cade, man. He he, he really had a historical night, literally and figuratively. Nico Harris was unfortunately fired today, and I felt like he shouldn't be fired, and I'm gonna tell you why. Right? He traded away Luca. Yes, I understand that, but in his 10 year with the Mavs, he refused to get in shape. He was fat. He was always playing in shape. He didn't want to exercise. He didn't want to. I'm not sure I don't know that, but he wasn't doing things he needed to do. He wasn't playing defense. Now all of a sudden he goes to LA. Now he's doing all these things. When Luca was here, people always criticize him for his weight and him playing in the shape. Cool, whatever. He didn't want to do that. You go to LA, you do that for whatever reason. I don't know. I can't. I'm not a mind reader. I can only speculate, and I ain't really good at speculating. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. I've been trying to tell people. Luca is nothing but the white James Harden. He's James Harden. His play style, the way he plays basketball, in terms of just pure play style, is very James Harden esque. And I can't even. James Harden is a close comparison only because Luca's so ball dominant. James Harden can play off the ball. We know that. Luca, he doesn't provide much value off the ball. When we talking about also when it comes to Luca, he's not a good defender at all. Mucho Galente Basura of a defender. Not a good defender. I don't care how great you are offensively. If you don't play defense, or at least be an average defender in the league, what are we gonna do with you? If you look at all the great players, most of them played where at least average defenders were better. Luka was below average. I believe that you cannot win a championship with Luka as your best player. What does a team around Luka looks like? Because we've seen the Mavs build a team around Luka. They gave him Kyrie. They gave him 3D guys. They gave him a lob threat. Derek Lively, the PJ Washington, the Najee Marshall, etc., etc. They brought him in. He takes it to a finals. He plays horrible in the finals. Him and Kyrie both underperform. Both, both underperform in the playoffs. They weren't as good as people think they are. But when you do that, right? Think about this. I believe that you cannot win a championship with Luka as your best. You cannot win a championship with a heliocentric player that does not play defense as a defensive liability. Now, a lot of y'all gonna say, "What about Steph Curry?" Steph Curry is not ball dominant. He plays off the ball, and he can play off the ball. And he does it very well. He does both. Yes, he was liability and goes to his first championship. You can say that, but as the years went on, he slowly became average to solid defender. There's a reason why players like James Harden, Melo, Rush don't have rings. Their play style does not translate to championship winning basketball. Okay? Then you trade Luka for AD, who is a top 10 player in this league. You could argue the best two-way player, if not the best two-way player. It's an argument debate, I understand. One of the best defenders in the league, if not the best defenders in the league. He's been a top 10 player for the last 5+ years now. He's been a top 10 player. It's easier to build a championship team around a two-way player than it is around a one-dimensional player. especially a one-dimensional player that provides no value off the ball. Luca ball. It's either Luca or the highway. He has to be the ball has to be in his hands. He doesn't cut. He doesn't move well out the ball. He doesn't set screen. Like his value is with the ball. The best version of Luca, unfortunately, is with the ball in his hand. He's like a James Harden play style with a hint of LeBron. But again, he's a defensive liability. A lot of y'all gonna say Jokic. When Jokic won championship, he was an average defender. Some may even argue he was an above average defender. But when you have them caliber players, I see why Nico trade them away. I understand why. Now, if you want to say it's a not a fair trade, a very one sided trade, I understand. I agree to a certain extent. I don't want to agree. But a player like AD, you can build a championship team around. Because we've seen the Lakers do it with him and LeBron. They were 1A, 1B, however you want to look at it. 1-2, Batman, Robin. I don't know. It all depends on how y'all want to look at it. AD's play style is more conducive to winning a championship. That's just a fact. It's like SGA's play style is more conducive to winning than Luca's. If you're gonna be a one-way player, a one-dimensional player, you have to at least, at the bare minimum, be an average defender. You don't have to be elite good, just be average. Learn to slide your feet. Slide your feet and not your hands. You ain't playing handball, good brother. Just slide your feet, left to right. Lateral quickness, left to right, left to right. Just be able to stay in front of your man. You know what I'm saying? But Luca, I just really don't believe you can win a championship with him as your best player. I just don't see how. He's a very hard player to build around. Yes, we've seen one player with a heliocentric play style win a championship. We only saw one player do that in NBA history, and he's in GOAT conversation. Some call him the GOAT, some don't think he's a GOAT. Some think he's number two. That play style does not translate to winning. We have seen it fail from the T Mac to the Westbrooks to the Carmelo Anthony's. A lot of great players and win championships could do their play style, and I think Luka's going to be one of them players. Yes, he's great phenomenally offensively. One of the best forwards, playmakers, one of the best offensive engines in the league. I get all that. But when you're a defensive liability, I don't even know what we've seen a championship, uh, championship team built around you and you did not perform to your standards. You did not look good enough. You underperformed. But yeah, I I don't think it's a stupid trade like some people want to say, a dumb trade like you want to say. I trade top 10 for top 10. Essentially, you traded Luca for Cooper Flag. I think Cooper Flag has the potential to be potentially better than Luca. I don't know. He's in his rookie year, still learning a lot. You get well, Matt fans understand that you're getting a 18-year-old with less basketball mileage. Luca has a lot of basketball mileage on him. As good as he is, as great as he is, I think Luca has like 5 more to 6 more elite years left in him, and then his body's gonna start slowly breaking down. It is what it is. It's human anatomy. But I don't. The one bad trade that Nico did do, which he needed to do before, Quinn Grimes for Caleb Martin. Yeah, that trade was Basuda Boo Boo. Boo. Yeah, that was a horrible trade. I don't know what he's thinking. But I don't think Nico should have got fired now. If you're gonna fire him, should have waited the off season. I don't know what type of GM you're gonna try to put in there. I don't know what GM you can put there. I really don't know. But Shout out to him. Uh, I mean, maybe he'll get another GM job. I don't know. I'm not a mind reader. But let's talk about what y'all are really here for. Talk about my boy, the MVP, Drake Maye, a top 5 quarterback in the game this season, arguably a top 3 quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Boy, Drake Maye out here tearing up the Buccaneers. You heard? Uh, let's look at some interesting stats before I bring up the game, because we're going to talk about the game. We know we're going to talk about the game. We know we're going to talk about how Drake Maye is my MVP. I think he is the MVP this season. He keeps doing what he's doing. Like, come on, man. How you going to keep him out the MVP conversation, man? Yeah, y'all tell the streets we back up. New England back up. You hear? It's over. We back up. Let this load. Hold on. Give me 1 second, everybody. All right, ladies and gentlemen. My man Drake Maye. They try to make fun of him, call him Drake Maybe. It's 30 yards with 2,555. Drake Maye, my man. When it comes to touchdowns, he's number 4 with 19, tied with Justin Herbert. Top 5 in touchdowns, top 5 in yards, baby. Passer rating. Drake Maye is top 5 with a 113.9. So he's top 5 in yards, top 5 in touchdowns, top 5 in rating. Let's see yards per 10. Where does he rank? Would you look at that? He ranks number 2 at 8.9. So Drake Maye's top 5 in yards, touchdown ratings, yards per an attempt. Let's see completion percentage. Would you look at that? Drake Maye is number 2 with 71.7. And he's accurate. Yeah, it's getting nasty. Let's see his EPA. Look who's number 1 at EPA. Estimated pass per attempt. Plus 73.1. So you mean to tell me a QB who is top 5 in yards, touchdown, rating, yards per attempt, completion, EPA. Y'all telling me this man is not the MVP? That's what y'all trying to tell me, right? He's number 7 with completions at 205. Drake Maye's the MVP. Nobody has been better than Drake Maye this season, baby. Nobody. He beat the Buccaneers. Hold on. Let me remove this. Stop sharing. Add this. Share screen. Nobody. Drake Maye 16 for 31 for 270. 51 completion. 8.7. 2 touchdowns. A sack and a pick. 89.9. Travion Henderson ran for a $147 and 2 tutties. Did not see that one coming. Matt Collins was our best receiver with 6 for 106. He had 10 targets. Drake Maye beat one of the best teams in the NFL. One of the hottest teams in the NFL. He outplayed Baker Mayfield. He got the W. What more do you want Drake Maye to do? He is a top 5 quarterback. Top 3. You can even argue he is the best quarterback this season. This season in the league. After this season, he will be in top 10 talks. Because it's getting nasty what this man is doing to the league with the receiving corps he has. We bring back Josh McDaniels, and that offense looks completely different. We bring in Stephon Diggs. He is the number 1. He's an older number 1. But what makes this season so crazy is that Drake Maye spreading the ball around. Keyshawn Butte, he's getting the ball. Hunter Henry, he's getting the ball. Matt Collins, he's getting the ball. You just saw he just led in the Bucs game. He's sprinkling everybody eating B. Everybody eating. He like Oprah Winfrey. You get a pass. You get a pass. You get a pass. You get a pass. Everybody get a pass. You understand what I'm saying? There is no bona fide number one. The Patriots, unfortunately, don't have a bona fide number one. And I want to shout out our defense. Because we got one of the best defenses in the league. One of the best D-lines in the league. One of the best linebacker corps in the league. One of the best secondaries in the league. My man Gonzo, best corner in the league. All right? That man traveled too. He traveled. Talking about you over here, he over here. You over there, he over there. You right here, he right here. He everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? Clamping, bona fide number ones, man. And then y'all gonna use the excuse, oh, the Patriots ain't playing nobody. Man, I don't care about none of that. They playing who they playing. They beating who they need to beat. This team has suppressed its win total from last season already. This team is going to the playoffs, and I believe they're not a Super Bowl contender by no means. But I think they get out the first round. Whoever they play in the first round, I think they give them a run for their money. You know what I'm saying? They're going to put up a fight. New England is the best in the AFC East. The Bills is frauds. Fraudulent. They out here losing to the Dolphins. I'm talking about they had a shutout in the first half. They just got stomped on. Josh Allen looked terrible. Tua out there looking like Dan Marino. Devon A-Chain, they had no answer for. Run all over them. I think he had over 100 yards on the ground. Who else y'all gonna talk about? The Jets? Jets is a dumpster fire. Rebuild mode. And we already know what's going on with Dolphins in Miami. They had done another dumpster fire. So we, by far, the best team in the AFC East. AFC least, whatever you want to call it. Ain't nobody worried about them fraudulent Buffalo Bills. I told y'all they was frauds. I tried to tell y'all they are frauds. They not who y'all think he is. Josh Allen is a fraud. This is a quote unquote Super Bowl team. They have not looked the same since we beat them. This ain't the same team. This team ain't it. All I know is Drake Maye is him and not them. That's what I know. I know that for a fact. Y'all gonna respect my brother Drake Maye. That's my franchise cornpeter. You understand what I'm saying? Talk about. We going from the Tom Brady era. This is about to be the Drake Maye era, baby. You feel me? It's the Drake Maye era, baby. So we're gonna get a little WNBA talk before I end this stream. Let me get it. Shout out to the 5 people that's in the stream, the 3 on X, Twitter, whatever you call it, the Bird app, and the 2 on YouTube. Shout out to y'all, man. But we're gonna get a little WNBA talk. Thunder the best team. They won the chip. Like, do I need to say more? They just, yeah. So there's a league called Project B, and they're offering salaries at $2 million. They resigned the WNBA PA president Anika. I'm not even trying to pronounce that last name because I'm about to butcher it. So it's basically I want to say a private league. I gotta do some more research because I don't know what type of league it is. They are signing a $2 million salary. Is insane. And then Alyssa Thomas is now a player partner owner in this too. So this is getting scary for a lot of things WNBA related. And what do I mean by that? The WNBA, right? Project. Let me do some research on Project B while I do this. If you keep up with WNBA basketball, you know they have the Unrivaled League, where basically Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart started this summer run league where players bought into the league. They had equity in the league. They're getting way more salaries than they were in W. It was basically to keep players home in the state so they won't have to go overseas to make more money. It's in Miami. Like I said, the players own equity into the league. They're being pampered over there. It's just they just playing basketball and having fun. They even having a little development league. All the players have equity in the league, so they all bring in business. It's popular. It's a cool. It's cool if you like basketball. It's cool. It's fun to watch. I watched season one. I loved it. But like they're getting big salaries. So basically, from what I read, well, I got a research project B, but that's something that's been happening. They're right now. The WNBA is in the middle of negotiations, and it's not going well at all. When you have a draft class with star names like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Camila Cardoza, Cameron Brink, Rika Jackson, when you have these uh, Henry Van Liff, when you have these big names in your league, when you have Asia Wilson, who's the best player in the world, when you have an Alyssa Thomas, that draft class, which I believe is 2024 draft class, I believe that's 2024 draft class, that made your sport very more popular. It made your league. A lot of people put eyes on your league in the 2024. Yes, 2024. I got that correct. 24 season. You have star power, star-studded names was in this draft. When you have Aaliyah Edwards of the world, this was probably your biggest name draft in terms of star power. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But from me being a fan of basketball, who this is 2024 was the first year that I actually sat down, actually watched the W. And one of the reasons why I watched the W is because of let me see, was because of Angel Reese. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Because of Angel Reese. I watched her. I knew of Caitlin Clark. I didn't watch her, but it was really because of Angel Reese. And then you follow up that 2024 draft, which is a historical draft to me. When you have the Paige Beckers, the Sonia Citron, the Kikis, don't know how to say her name, I ain't gonna mess it up. The Anisi Morrow, the Dominic Malongos, the aka also known as the Wimby of the W version, the HVLs. When you bring in these names, more people are paying attention to your sport, which is more revenue, which means more people are buying the merch. More people are paying for tickets. You guys are starting to sell out arenas. You have a good product that's very marketable, but you don't want to play the players what they want. Just get them what they want. Give them the salary, man. These are talented stars in the WNBA. These are star-filled players in the W who can play basketball at the highest level, at the elite level. It's entertaining to watch. They're fun to watch. You have to pay them because it looks like between Unrivaled and this other league, Project B, the WNBA may cease to exist. These women are gonna look like, why would I sit here and do this for XYZ for pennies on the dollar? I go to these other leagues, get a guaranteed contract for $3-4 million in Project B. Or I could go to Unrivaled, just ball out there, and I don't gotta go W. I could just stay there, have equity into something that I have ownership in, something, a product that I believe in, that I'm part of. Well, I'm going to the W. W need to get their act together. They need to get their crap together. I don't know what they got going on, but they need to fix it. They need to fix it quickly. That's it for today's show, everybody. I just want to tap in real quick, talk about a couple of things. I'll be back Thursday at my scheduled time at 5. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with y'all boy, man. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know where to find me. Crazy Shot Josh Universe on YouTube. Instagram, Crazy Shot Josh Talk Sports. On TikTok, Crazy Shot Josh. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all have a wonderful day. I will see y'all Thursday for another great show, another great episode. We're going to cover more, talk about more. Y'all know the vibes. Peace, love, and blessings, everybody, man.